Hi, this is Terry Lee, and this is the new first video in our Winter in Victoria envelope stack manila file folder extravaganza. Now, this is based loosely, mainly the manila folder part, because I've made envelope stacks before. And on the side note, I love them. That is why I own so many envelopes. But and you don't need to buy a bunch of envelopes to do this. You can use junk mail and other envelopes that you just have hanging around the house and just make up your own combination. So in Gypsy, I used a CD cover, an envelope, and then a big invitation envelope. They're like 5 7/8 or 6/8 by 9. They're huge. And yeah, and most of this, ephemera stuff, a lot of the pockets and stuff I made out of the paper. And so another small envelope. This is about the size of a wedding invitation envelope. And another CD cover, another regular envelope, a CD cover, 2 business envelopes. And this is another one of the large mailing envelopes, like the one on this side. This is the center, and there's 2 regular letter-sized envelopes, and then there's a big tag in here. And our base is a 6 by 9 white envelope, and I cut the top off where the flap with the sticky was. Okay, and then there's not the right way to fold it, but anyway, and then there's a manila file folder on the back that I cut down to size, and we'll do that later. All right, so this reason that I'm making this first video the way that I'm making it is because I already had I think 6 videos made in the tutorial, and by the time I realized that I had made a really big mistake, and in fact a couple of mistakes, it was too late to keep going with the series. So because it would have been too confusing for me to go back and show you how, because I did end up fixing the mistakes, but the going back and forth, showing you and then it being wrong and then going back and then trying to fix it, and you know what I mean, it just isn't the right continuity, and it wasn't up to the standard of what I would consider my standard of the tutorials that I put out for you guys. So we are going to make this again. I was going to use a different paper, but I decided I had enough of this left over because it's a huge kit. All I had to do was print out a second copy of the full-size sheets. I have enough ephemera and all that left over, plus a lot of the stuff in here I made myself. In this one, we're going to use, I'm going to do a flip through, so I'm not going to specifically do a flip through. I'm just going to kind of do like I did with Gypsy and just kind of give you an idea of what we're going to be using. This is a large junk mail envelope. This is a large junk mail envelope. This is a junk mail envelope. This is a CD cover. This is one of those little envelopes, the invitation envelopes. This is a coin envelope. This is a one of those big invitation envelopes, like what I showed in Gypsy. I keep pointing over there like you can see it. And we use 2 in each one of these the way that I do them, or the way I like to do them. And so then that's one, and then the other is under here somewhere. Anyway, did I just use one? I couldn't have. Anyway, and then this is a business envelope. This is a business envelope. Oh yeah, this is the junk mail envelope. I'm sorry. Gets a little confusing. 2 more CDs and the main base of the 6 by 9. So we're going to try to reproduce this. I'm not going to promise you that I'm going to put the exact same papers on the exact same spots. It looks like I did only use one of the big ones, which is right here. Huh. Who knew? Must be why it folded up so much better. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. And I've got a stack of envelopes, and I think I pretty much, except I have two of those big ones, so it might be a little bit different, but we're going to use the same papers. And all of these other envelopes, the two business envelopes, the junk mail envelope that gets completely covered, the two invitation envelopes, the timer that's letting me know to take my 2-liter of pop out of the freezer. Got to get them cold somehow. This is our cover envelope. This is our other cover envelope. This is our base, the 6x9. Here are the two large, like Christmas card envelopes, and another business envelope. Oh, these are the ones that, on a side note, when you are looking for your junk mail envelopes, this one I fixed to where you don't see any of this, except for there's a little bit on the side where you attach it. And I've decided to just live with it. It looks a little bit like snowflakes. I'm just going to live with it. But on all your other ones, you don't want that all the way through. So on your other junk mail envelopes, look for ones that if they have this security feature, it doesn't run over on to the flap, because the flap is going to go right up against, this is an example, right up against here. We're going to cover this with paper, and so probably the whole envelope with paper, and so you won't see it. On this one, like I was just saying, when you attach it to the base, you are going to see a little bit of it, a little teeny weeny bit. Okay, so if you don't want to, then find all of your business envelopes. I just liked this one because the window was so huge. They come from my insurance company, and I get a couple a month, so that works out pretty well. So I will be using my Big Shot, which is my die cutter, to do these windows. We're also going to have a couple of CD covers, so I will show you the basics. I'm not going to cut them on camera, but I'll show you the basics of how to take the envelope apart. And you have to do these and the CDs. I'm getting ahead of myself, before you put it together. Let's just say that. So that's kind of the overview of what we're going to do. We're going to use this. I just realized since I'm starting over, then I'm starting over. We're going to use, now this is the backing paper that I use for the back of the cards and things like that, so that it's got a nice writing paper on it. This is from Antique Paperie as well. However, it's from the big mega kit, which if you haven't bought it, you should. I think it's $1.67, and you get all of their discontinued papers, and they have a commercial license. So as long as you change something on it and make it yours, then you can resell it in a kit. So that's just a tip. And I wrote down that this is Charlie number 3 from the Mega Paper Pack from Antique Paperie. And I actually used a darker one the first time I did it on this one, but I like this one better. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's what we're going to use. All right, so these are, see, I had duplicate papers. Then I had papers left over from the original kit. And then I had this whole envelope full of ephemera left over. Some of it's printed on both sides, some of it's not. So the kit and the dog. This is what the kit looks like. Okay, So the dog is not barking and my pop is out of the freezer. So let me start with this again. So the kit is Winter in Victoria, and that stands for Victoria, Canada in the United States, or not Canada in the United States. I'm sorry. That just was too silly to be believed. Anyway, let me say something else that I forgot. In this particular thing, and you're going to see it in the flip through that I'll upload separately, all of these little cards, I took these pens, these glitter pens that I forgot that I had. They're by Zenacolor, and I'll put a link. Everything that's gold, everything that's red, everything that's green, everything that's white, that's like on the cookies and things like that. These cookies, I did silver. I didn't use the black. And I did some brown on the cinnamon sticks, but not all of the cinnamon sticks. I did it throughout this whole entire kit. So it was definitely a labor of love. And if you want to do that, you can. If not, it's totally optional. But I wanted to make sure to mention that, because we're not going to do every single decorating everything on camera, or it would take, I don't know, 12 videos instead of probably the 7 it's going to take this time. So back to the kit. Winter in Victoria, as in Victoria, Canada. And these are some of the pictures. They're really pretty. I love those bells. And I didn't use this one last time with the eucalyptus leaves, but I think we might use it this time, because it's got a, oh, I know why, because the picture is this way, and hardly any of the envelopes would work, they're too long. But we've got those little ones. Maybe we'll use them on there, even if we just use maybe the middle. That's very pretty. I love this. I love this Christmas ornament. And I used the deer, but I might substitute the other one this time, because the deer, even though it's beautiful and the, Christmas stuff around it, I'm not really sure about the bee hutches. Not anything to knock the kit or anything, I'm just saying. This is one of my favorite papers. We see it all the way through. This is a busy kit, so if you don't want to make a busy thing, you may want to, I don't know, head for the hills, or use, there's another kit that I was going to use that's called, I don't know, because it doesn't matter, but it's Antique Paperie, and it's one of their new ones. So it's $1.67 for the vertical papers, $1.67 for the horizontal papers, and $1.67 for the ephemera. They only do that for their new kits. Okay, so there's this one, and then this one with the bells and the ho ho ho. I did gold on every single one of those. And there's the little squirrel. He's my favorite. And this one. And I am missing one. There's one that has musical notes on it, which I went through with my gold pen and colored in every single musical note on that page. So I'm going to go through the leftovers and the ones I thought I had printed everything again, and make sure I have one of everything. So that's the envelopes. That's the kit. And I think you're going to really like this one. It's very, very fun. And there's a lot of stuff to decorate on this, just so you know. You're thinking, oh, well, we got 8 or 9 envelopes. That's no big deal. But 8 or 9 envelopes turns into 2 services for each one, and cards to slide into the windows. And if you're energetic and enthusiastic about making something for the holidays, this isn't too Christmassy. There's no Santa Claus or anything on there. That's why I liked it. then you will really enjoy this project. And I hope that you will enjoy doing it along with me, because I'm sure that I will enjoy doing it along with you. And that's it for this introduction video. And I will see you in the next video, which will be just a second for you and a day for me. Alrighty, bye-bye.